This week, before we start, for some comic relief, because things are about to get a little serious. On Thursday, my homie Vusi lost his phone at Travis Scott. If anyone has seen a black iPhone 7, please return that to my homie. Secondly, welcome back to the shades. Those of you who've been around for a while will remember these shades. These are the OG shades. 5 to 6 years old. They've been through the most. And they still look pretty good-ish. And thirdly, those of you who know the Let's Chat forum format will know I normally have a second camera back there, getting cool artistic shots to make it look super professional. That camera's broken. I'll replace it when I have the money to. That's that. Sorry, guys. What is going on, internet friends? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. But this week, I thought I'd use this forum to vent, because a lot of things have been going on, and I don't have anyone to talk to about these issues, and I can't. I've said it before. I can't just go on Twitter or Facebook or whatever and get angry. Like, I can't do that, because that's not the type of internet personality I'm striving to be, or even that's not the type of person or brand I'm trying to be. And I say trying because I'm very far from achieving that. But sometimes, and very rarely do I say this, maybe 5 to 10% of the time I feel this, sometimes I wish I was just a student. Sometimes I wish I didn't have responsibilities, and I didn't know the people I knew, and I didn't have the connections with the companies that I do, because then I can just sit and be angry at the world all day and talk shit about people without fearing consequences. Because right now, if I do that, I'm in a situation where that could close a lot of doors for me, and that's just the truth of it. And I'm the only one to blame for that type of situation, and that's on me. And I know people say, bro, I'm here to talk to you, but it's not that simple. I wish it was that simple. So over the past couple of weeks, actually for the past couple of years, I have been feeling exhausted by this YouTube thing. Those of you who watch any other YouTubers will tell you they go through a time where they're tired and they can quit. They can stop for a while. And I don't know how they do it, but it's not in my personality. They can just stop. Like Casey just stopped. Ben just stopped for a while. I can't do that. Just to run it down, to give you a sliver into what I mean by sometimes I wish I was a normal student. During the entirety of my exams, every single week I made sure I did something so I can have something to upload, because we were at a point where we were growing as a channel, and to keep that momentum, you have to keep good videos and good content coming. So along with studying, which I find very hard, for me to do well, I have to study very hard. So from shooting a video, coming home, editing for 4 to 5 hours, and then that includes the thumbnails, that includes finding ways of sharing that on social media. There's a lot of things that go into putting out a video, which I'm sure other YouTubers have touched on. Studying Africa in Your Own Eyes with Frank and I's company, I have to keep that going. Well, we have to keep that going, and I have to do my fair share of work. So that's very hard at the moment. I have personal relationships with people, which I have to try and fix and keep going, and I have personal things that I need to try to figure out, because I'm also just a teenager trying to figure myself out and figure out what the fuck the real world is. And that's not easy when you're sharing. I only share a small sliver, which is why I can see why people make YouTube a full-time career. It makes sense to me. You can't, I don't know how Gary Vaynerchuk does it, where you can, but then again, you have someone editing and doing the things, but you can't share your life like this and run a company and expect it all to balance out. There are not enough hours in the day, and I would like to think I'm one of the hardest working teenagers I know in terms of keeping things going, and it's hard. It's wrecking me. It's effing me up. I won't lie. It's messing me the hell up. And that's on me to choose what to do with my time. I fully agree with you, but that's just how it is. Along with that, the reason why the Park Life video isn't up, those of you know, annually I do a Park Life video. Historically, it does pretty well, and I love Park Life videos. But this year around Park Life, there was a lot of stress. It wasn't the best Park Life I've been to. Thanks to Alessia Lundy who came with me. It was absolutely epic going with you. She'll not tell you that the security were giving us so much uphill. Just the vibe wasn't there. Like something was missing from this year's Park Life, and that was Park Life's fault. Along with that, those of you who will see the SA Talk breakfast run video is down, and that brings me to another reason why I'm pissed off. Along the route of making these YouTube videos and having this YouTube channel, I get a lot of cool opportunities, and I get the opportunity to work with a lot of friends, give them a lot of opportunities. I get a lot of opportunities, and in sharing that, it gets really frustrating when all you want to do is help people and then they just like let you down. And that's been happening a lot over 2017, where things that are supposed to happen, people will consistently let me down. And surrounding the SA Talk breakfast run, which is one of the best events, like I love that breakfast run. Like I've said it before, Park Life and the SA Talk breakfast run are now two of my favorite events to go to ever. Like that thing is so much fun. It's things that I love, cars and just a good time. The last SA Talk breakfast run, I tried to give a lot of people opportunities and they let me down there. And it's people I've helped in the past, companies I've helped in the past. This time was no different. And my problem with that is I look shitty because I've promised the organizers of these events things and people and cool things, and when they don't happen, I look unreliable, and I work very hard to be as reliable as I can. Hence why almost every weekend I have something to do, because people know I will be there and I will make something of that experience. Very rarely do I not do that. Do I not pull through for people? Do I not stick to my word? And in that, there were a lot of things that went wrong. Like, I know the video took me 5 to 6 hours to edit. I used a lot of new techniques. With the editing software and computer I have, it was very frustrating to even like put all that footage on my computer. And at the end of the whole thing, the video went up, it went live, it was doing incredibly well. The SA Talk community really embraced it and they loved it. And I loved the video, I won't lie, I think it was one of the best videos I've done in a while. 3 days later, boom, copyright strike. The artist who owns the song took it down, and that crushed me. We were going to Travis Scott, and that messed I didn't want to say, because again, it's one of those things like, who do you tell these things to? Because some things I feel like only I feel, but that crushed me. And I emailed them, and like they have the right to take it down, but it's super frustrating because I don't make money from these videos. I do them because I love them, and like at the end of the day, it is work I've put into, and to have that just be removed, it is crushing. It's hurtful, and it fucking sucks. I won't lie. I'm sorry, but it fucking sucks. Yeah, so in and around that, this week I have this Park Life footage. I can see this video is going to take me close to 7 hours to edit, because I love Park Life and I want it to be good, even though they weren't good to me. And that's my relationship with YouTube. I'm so good to it and it's so shit to me. And that's my relationship with some other people. I'm so good to them and they're so shit to me. And I wish I could go on social media and just be like, F you all. I wish I could just sleep for a week and not have to worry about being entertaining or whatever the hell it may be. But unfortunately, I've put myself in that situation where I've made myself accountable, and that's what we need more of in this world, is accountability. So yeah, those of you who will know will see my motorbike's back, which is a very complicated situation to explain, which I'll do in a video coming up. I'll explain all about what the fudge is going on there, because it's very interesting. I feel like you guys will enjoy it. But I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna stop ranting about things that have happened. I've learned my lesson about depending on people, which is very morbid to say, but as myself and Alessia were saying, unfortunately that's the kind of thing that we have to deal with. Yeah, so thank you for listening to this little angry boy go in on life. Follow me on the socials of media. I still want to try subtweet as many people as I can. Until then, remember to... Oh, no, not for the Let's Chats. Listen to how I used to Thank you for watching my Let's Chat. Remember to subscribe. I'll see you guys Wednesday or next week or whenever the fudge I feel like working and editing again.